These are 10 anime species that I would have in my Omnitrix. To start off, you can't have an anime Omnitrix without including Saiyan DNA because it's just a freebie to obtaining massive strength, durability, and energy blast, and you only get stronger over time. Not to mention, you would get peak Saiyan biology, so you would instantly become the equivalent of Broly. Next up, I would have DNA of the Hollows from Bleach, since out of all the species in Bleach, Hollows have the most innate raw power and requires the least amount of training to master. For my next pick, I would choose the Divine General himself, Maharaga. It's pretty self-explanatory why this guy would be absolutely busted, especially since the ultimate form basically puts the alien through years and years of evolution and combat, so whatever Maharaga becomes at the end of that is unimaginably powerful. Then I would definitely have the Chimera Ant DNA from Hunter x Hunter, because if you see how powerful Meruem was when he was a few days old, imagine how crazy he would be if he had an ultimate form. I would also need the DNA from the Otsutsuki from Naruto because their powers are basically super broken. My next pick is a little odd because it's not as powerful as the others, but I'm curious what it would be like to be a yokai from Dandadan. Considering Ghost Freak exists, it stands to reason that I could reasonably become an earthly ghost. Then I'd also put the DNA of the angels from Neon Genesis Evangelion in there because I would love to see what kind of random eldritch geometry monster I would turn into. And since I'm a huge Chainsaw Man fan, I'd have the DNA of a Chainsaw Man devil, and since they're born of fear, I guess I would be the Omnitrix devil, which would be pretty strong considering how powerful and infamous the weapon is. Next up, I would love to have the DNA of a Stan. No, not a Stan user or a Joestar or Dio, but an actual Stan. I don't know if it's possible, but it would be a fun thing to have because their powers are so abstract and diverse, and hopefully I wouldn't turn into an electrical socket or a refrigerator or something like that. And lastly, the DNA I would like to have the most in my Omnitrix would have to be the Anti-Spiral from Gurren Lagann. It's crazy to think just how enormous this guy is and how cosmically powerful he is on a multiversal level. The scariest part about having him in the Omnitrix is imagining what kind of ultimate form this guy would have.